When did you realize that you're dating an idiot?
Just using emojis. Describe your favorite submission.
When did you realize that you're dating an idiot?
Preheats the microwave. Edit, LOL. I knew you guys would appreciate this. But to be fair, there were other signs. She told me once about doggy, people don't really do that, it's just for porn. So no, the sex wasn't good enough to stay.
She didn't know that yogurt and pudding were not the same thing. She thought it was like how the British call fries, chips. She had been eating pudding and granola for breakfast for months and congratulating herself for being so healthy. She also baked baby Jesus a birthday cake on Christmas, lit a candle and took it outside. When the wind blew the candle out, she was convinced that Jesus that blew it out.
There's something about having to go outside to give Jesus his birthday cake that has me in stitches.
When she asked me, "Have you ever had your hair set on fire?" And then lit my hair on fire. We done.
The intrusive thoughts won that day.
I asked my ex-girlfriend to marry me. She said yes. That was when I knew. Married 25 years now. What a beautiful dope she is.
I gave my girlfriend a gift, a box with something in it, and after she opened it and saw what it was, I told her to check it again, because it's gone. I don't know why I said that. I think I was joking to confuse her or be silly or something. But without opening the box, the gift was still in there. She started screaming and ran to the other side of the room, believing that I had just performed dark magic or something. She later told me that she believed I was a witch or a demon when I told her that I made it disappear.
Hey there, if you see a red subscribe button under this video, please BOOP it.
We were homeless, living in a hotel and both had COVID, so we were off work for a week unpaid. He got bored, so he bought an Xbox and a few games with the last of our money, knowing that the next paycheck wouldn't cover the cost of the room and food. We had 50 cents left after I paid for the room, and for a whole week we had only 5 packs of ramen, 2 cans of soup, and a box of Pop-Tarts. The realization was cemented when I got pregnant and he wouldn't stop buying weed. He was spending all our money on weed and we had to move out of the hotel back onto the street. He wouldn't let me spend money on food or a drink even when I got so dehydrated I almost went to the hospital because he needed the weed for his anxiety. When he finally dumped me because I decided it was time to find a shelter to go to because I was sick of sleeping on concrete while pregnant, I cried for a few minutes, then got my ass into a shelter. He's still an idiot, but I'm choosing to not be one anymore, and so better for me and baby.
She refused to pay taxes, have a bank account, or pay for public transit. She told me, "I changed my name every few years so they can't find me." Like, she'd go to the government and change her name. Legally. So the government couldn't find her. We broke up for other reasons, but this was the first red flag.
She didn't understand that you actually have to pay what you spent on credit cards. Like the credit amount she had was supposed to be her monthly limit that just resets each month.
She hasn't noticed yet.
When my ex asked me where they grew spaghetti,
she would end almost every sentence with "you know what I mean," not as a question, but as a description for something missing. There were sentences like, "He's not an asshole, but he's a you know what I mean, can you get me the thing, the you know what I mean, yes I get it, but I don't get the you know what I mean," and so on. No. I didn't know what she meant, as most of the time there was hardly any context. Maybe she didn't either.
He was shocked that Lou Gehrig died of something called Lou Gehrig's disease. I remember him asking, "What are the chances of that?"
She kept stating the big revelation of her story with "Lord and behold" instead of "lo and behold." I told her she was using the wrong word, but I was the idiot because you behold the Lord. Anyways, Lord and behold, she fucked 5 other dudes, so we're on a more than temporary break.
I was reading the comments and Lord and behold, I found this one.
Hello, kind stranger, could you please like the video? I'll appreciate it a lot.
Stacking cups in the dishwasher.
This one is perfect. So many others might be a communication issue or weaponized incompetence or cultural differences. But this one just screams, my body is in motion but my brain is off.
He could not find our country on Europe's map. The countries were written in bold, and the capitals too. I once dated a girl who legitimately thought we lived inside the Earth. We were talking about SpaceX back when they were just starting to get more public attention. I mentioned something about how it was cool we'll be alive to potentially see humanity reach for the stars. Her response was something along the lines of, yeah, but how do they get to space? Confused, I said, with the rockets. Like in the video. She replied with something like, yeah, but don't we have to get outside of the Earth first? Dumbfounded, I asked for further clarification. She goes on to say, in a tone that suggests I am the idiot here we live inside the Earth, so how the fuck do we get out so we can reach space? I then inform her, we live on the outside of the Earth. That's why you see open sky and stars, and the sun, and not more Earth above you. She then laughs and states, if we lived on the outside of the Earth, wouldn't we just fall off? Still, as if I'm the idiot. My jaw dropped. I responded with a simple, gravity? The atmosphere? To which she says, oh yeah, that. Ha ha. Whatever, how was I supposed to know? I asked if this was a joke. It wasn't a joke. She thought we lived in the Earth up until that moment. Where exactly in the Earth? I don't know. I'm afraid to know. I was speechless. She told me to never tell anyone. But we broke up years ago. I think it was for the best. Ask your partners whether they think we live on the inside or outside of the Earth and reply to this to let me know. I'm curious. I've been bearing this weight alone for close to 10 years. I'd love to know if there are other inner Earth dwellers unknowingly roaming the surface.
I asked if this was a joke. It wasn't a joke. I love how almost every comment there has. I gave them the opportunity to look like they just have a weird sense of humor and not room temperature IQ, but they still chose to double down. Part.
The day I learned that the Underground Railroad was not, in fact, a literal underground railroad. Edit, I misread the prompt and thought I was supposed to describe the moment I realized I'm an idiot, not the person I was dating. Please forgive me. I'm an idiot.
My wife would bring stuff home that said refrigerate after opening, open it, and put it in the refrigerator.
I was dating someone who wasn't on birth control, we were using condoms. She also didn't want me to come inside her because they aren't 100%. I had no problem with that. Double protection from not coming inside and being wrapped up anyway. Sure. So I was finishing myself off after we had sex and I was getting moderately close and asked if I could finish on her chest. So I did, and some of it also dripped on her belly, nowhere near the nether regions. She immediately freaked out that she might get pregnant from that. She was like, my uterus is right there. It took me 20 minutes to convince her that sperm can't burrow through your skin and get in that way. She kept asking, are you sure? Are you sure? This was a 30-year-old woman. Oh, and no, she didn't get pregnant. At least not in the time I knew her.
My ex-wife. The doctor said her test came back positive, and she said, does that mean I'm not pregnant? I knew at that moment I was in for a long ride.
My ex was scared of hedgehogs and convinced himself they could jump over a 6-foot fence like a cat. She asked me if I could name all 52 states.